Welcome back everyone, I'm Setharoth, and today we are once again in the mod list Lost Legacy. Here we're going to be exploring a fun little mod called Honed Metal, which I find quite immersive and not overly expensive. This is an awesome mod that allows our smithies and enchanters to actually offer us their services. So now you won't go to the College of Winterhold and be told we enchant items for people in Skyrim. And when you try to ask if they can enchant your items, the answer is no.
Welcome to War Maidens.
For some reason, that wasn't coded into the game.
We got plenty of steel for fighting men.
Now, when it comes to blacksmiths, we have two different options here. My good blacksmith, I am in need of your crafting expertise. This will pay them to actually craft an item for you, and it's based on the skill level of the smithy himself, right? So this guy is going to be pretty decent, Ulfberth Warbear. But I bet if you went up to the Skyforge, you'd probably find a couple more rare items that this smith here can't make. But we're going to go ahead and pop in and see what is an option. So let's say we want to do some good... What is that? A basculith sword? That sounds kind of cool. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, Blade of Evil's Bane. Oh, that's enchanted. We're not going to do an enchanted one yet. That's for a different experience. Basket Thilt Sword. We're going to go ahead and do that one. So the way this works is we have now created an order. As you can see, the requirements for the item in the bottom right corner are based on the smithy's inventory, not yours. So if you were trying to mass produce something and he ran out of inventory, you could actually sell him the ingredients and then go back into this menu and he'd be able to make you whatever you are after. But in essence, we have an order right now that we have placed with this blacksmith.
We've got small
and you can actually go down here, about my order. And you can say, you can cancel the order or ask if the items are ready. The order is not ready. So it takes it took me 24 hours to get a single item made. When I was testing this though, I didn't realize that it was making them from scratch, and I thought they were all being tempered. So I may have ordered like 4 or 5 of them from Adriana over here, and it took more than 24 hours for that to be done. So just keep in mind that the number of items and possibly the expensiveness of the item will determine how long you have to wait before you can pick up the item, before it's done. So I find that very immersive, that they can't just make it for you on the spot, that it takes time and you have to come back later to pick up what they've crafted for you. And then we're going to hop over here to Farengar to check out his Enchanting Services, because we're actually going to use him for Enchanting Services, which is oddly immersive, because I think he offers in vanilla Skyrim, he offers you a tutorial to teach you how to enchant, but you can't actually pay him to handle that for you. Alright, so if we talk to Farengar over here, he's got a new option as well.
Me, I prefer my books.
Can you enchant something for me?
Of course.
So the way this works is you can actually teach him enchantments by giving him items to disenchant. So in this way you could bring him a rare item, and let's say for example I wanted this scintillating feature, but I wanted it on a shield. I could bring a shield for enchanting and then have him take apart these boots and learn it himself. And then you can go over to the items. Now this is based on your inventory, right? So I'm going to take the Dwarven Handgun, and this is based on the spells that he knows. We're going to go ahead and give ourselves Absorb Health. And then we have the Soul Gem that is in his possession. And then all those combined is going to determine the price that you're going to pay in order to get this process taken care of. Now we have placed the order, but it's not done yet. We have a similar thing here where we can ask him about our order. Are my items ready? The order is not ready. So we're going to pop down to the Bannered Mare, grab a bed for 24 hours. Probably doesn't take that long, but it just seems I don't like to make multiple trips. So again, keep in mind that the amount of enchanting and the amount of smithing that you can get from these vendors depends on their skill level. So depending on what town you're in and what craftsman you're using, you will get more expensive and higher quality services, or less expensive and less effective services. Alright, it has been 24 hours. Let's check out the fate of our Dwarven Handgun.
It seems this damnable conflict has claimed everyone's passion.
Alright, now we ask about our order. Are my items ready? Order is ready. pick up our packed dwarven handgun. Now note that when I'm picking this up, that's when I actually pay the cost of the item. So if it turns out that the enchantment was too expensive for you, you can just leave it here, and then when you have enough money, pick it up. Which again is actually surprisingly immersive. But that gives us our dwarven handgun, which is now nicely enchanted and has a significantly higher value to it, as one would expect if it had been enchanted by someone. Next, we're going to pop back down to War Maidens and look at the last of the features for this mod. One of the things I like about this mod is it gives you a much more immersive economy, right? If you're a battle mage, for example, and you're using armor and magic, it just makes sense that you should be able to benefit from the services of the many smithies and enchanters throughout Skyrim.
Now don't let the name worry you. We got plenty of steel for fighting men.
Alright, about my order. Are my items ready? And there we go. So we see the sword is 528 gold after it's been crafted for us. And there we go. Now we have the sword. Now there's one last feature I want to show you guys when working with blacksmiths. The first one was crafting. And now we're going to ask them about upgrades. So this is where it's important to find the most skilled smithies in Skyrim, because you can actually choose whether you want them to enhance your armor, your weapons, or everything. We'll go with everything so you can see the whole gambit. And from here, it functions an awful lot like the crafting menu when you've got the workbench, because it just allows you to go through and craft as much as you need to. So we'll go ahead and do all of the heavy armor at my disposal. And then the next menu is your weaponry. So that's kind of cool. He made the basket hilt sword with a fine level, and then we're upgrading it through exquisite with him. And the reason these are blacked out is because they're already as awesome as they can be, or the handgun might be blanked out because he might not have the perk necessary to enhance magical items. I'd imagine you'd have to dink around a little bit in the Skyrim world and figure out which of all the smithies was the most valuable or the most effective. Now I'm really kicking myself. So I forgot that when you hand him something to be tempered, it's going to take some time. So I might as well just wait here. Why am I always going back to the bed every time? There's no point to that. I'll just wait a bit, and then we'll go check this fate of our order. So I submitted, I believe it was 5 items to be tempered. So we'll give it 2 days, and then we'll start checking regularly to see how long it takes to temper 5 items. So we waited 2 days. Let's go ahead and have a chat with our friendly blacksmith and see what we're dealing with.
We've got small weapons as
All
well as
right,
big.
about my order. Are my items ready? There we go. And we can just pay up right. I like that you pay upon delivery rather than up front, because this gives you the opportunity to see exactly what you're paying for and how much you're spending. And you can leave these items here if you can't afford them.
Like maybe you need a new weapon.
And then the order will just wait for you until you're ready.
Yeah.
There you go. So I think it's great. It's a great mod. It's quite immersive. It gives you an opportunity for more interaction with the NPCs, because it just makes sense that if you've got all these professional smithies around and blacksmiths and enchanters and so on, you should be able to benefit from their expertise. It just makes sense. Very immersive. I like it a lot. And I forget why I've strewn a bunch of armor around here. I'm sure it was from a previous demonstration. Anyway, let me just check the checklist real quick. Oh no. Yes, I don't know what mod this is, but apparently it makes Nazim walk in a way that makes you want to kill him more harderly. Like you can't kill him enough. Anyway, moving on. This load order is crazy. There's all of this like deeply immersive, beautiful stuff, and then there'll be these random little touches that are just like, oh, okay. Not sure where that came from, but okay. All right, that is it for today. That mod again is called Honed Metal. Feel free to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite feature of Honed Metal is. I think it just makes a lot of sense that one would be able to actually pay for services from the various members of the Skyrim community of smithies and enchantments. Oh, there you go. That's the pickpocketing perk right there. Giving you a target if you want to make extra money. Sorry, tangent. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.